Hi writers, it's Wednesday, and before we get into the video, I would like to ask, where is Friday Kate? She hasn't made a video for 3 weeks, and I've not heard from her by email or on the Ning or anything, and I'm a little bit concerned. I thought on the first week maybe she forgot or her internet connection wasn't working or something, but like, she's missed quite a few weeks, and I think we should try and find out what happened. But anyway, today my author of the day is Stephen Chbosky, or Chbosky, I don't know how you say it, but he wrote The Perks of Being a Wallflower, which is the book I just told of, and it's a really awesome book. It's one of my favourites. It's really awesome. I think you should read it, even if you don't read any of the books that I recommended. It's one of my favourites. And I'm going to set a challenge with this bigger book, the challenge is to write something involving like sci-fi, like Doctor Who kind of thing, and that goes to 443. That's Sarah. So there you go, Sarah. You can read more of the vampire story, and then you can do a bit of sci-fi, going through the genres. And I have 2 challenges from Kate, and the first one is about an alligator who wished she could fly, and I decided to write a limerick because I didn't really have that much time to do it, but yeah, here we go. There once was an alligator who wished he could fly, though for all intents and purposes he didn't know why. He tried with a jump, but fell with a bump, and suddenly wished he'd never given it a try. So there you go. Great poetry there. And the one on flattery was like way too long, so this is just like a random extract from it. I'm hoping that you understand what's going on. But basically what's happened so far is like there's this group of school kids who are like the cool group, and the main character, Lizzie, has just come and sat with them for the first time. So here we go. So I beard that Lizzie is here. Has she not her own drugs to fascinate? I heard Robbie ask, alerted by the sound of my own name. What did he say? I asked. He wants to know why you're not with your friends, said Panas. He seemed to have taken to me more than the others. I'm supposed to stick with Addie today, I said, noticing as I said this that Addie had not spoken in some time. I paused to see him whispering quietly to Adrienne in French, which he immediately ceased to do when I looked at him. So she is, he confirmed, having heard my comment. Who do you normally hang out with? Asked Falcon, raising one eyebrow at me. I hesitated. I could feel myself blushing under his gaze. What? Embarrassed by the paltry youth? For shame, said Robbie, not quite looking at me. Falcon ignored him. I think I've seen you with that boy. Tom, is it? He said, more interested by this than he should have been. Yeah, he's my boyfriend, I explained. I'm my only friend, I added mentally. You hear that, Panas? He winked at his brother. I did hear that, and I think, surely not, said Panas, smiling back at Falcon. I like not that, Falcon continued, and I realised that they were teasing me. Panas had said something else in Russian that Falcon snorted at. Say that in English, brother, he challenged. Ah, Lizzie, I only said that I thought you could do much better, Panas laughed. I'd take you on at that, said Falcon, and laughed all the harder when I turned bright red. Look, you're embarrassing her, said Panas, sarcastically scolding him. Suddenly the bell went, and I let out a sigh of relief and began to pick up my bag and turn to leave, gesturing for Addie to do the same. Hope to see you again, Lizzie, Falcon shouted after us, and I grabbed Addie's arm to make him move away faster. Don't worry about those two. Adrienne says they're always like that when they're together, Addie told me, as we all but ran down the corridors. I said nothing to that, but merely held up my hand for his timetable. I handed it over without comment, and I saw that its next lesson was the same as mine. Chemistry. Chemistry? My heart almost stopped beating as I realised that Falcon would be in my next class. Not only that, but also that Tom wasn't in that class, and thus I sat alone, and so did he. Addie, you will sit next to me, okay? I said desperately. Why aren't you supposed to introduce me to other people? He said. For in every other class I'd been obliged to make sure he sat with someone new so they could get to know the students better. That had been the head teacher's idea, his brilliant tactic for adopting new students into the school. Screw that, I said as I led him up the staircase to the classroom. It wasn't that I didn't like Falcon. It definitely wasn't that I didn't like him flirting with me. It was actually the fact that I did like it, and that I shouldn't. Tom had been my boyfriend for almost 8 months now, and he's also my best friend, the best friend that I had. Last year, when all my friends had abandoned me, he'd been there for me to pick up all the pieces. Back when nobody else in the whole school cared about me, he was there. He was the best friend that anyone could possibly ask for, and I couldn't possibly betray him like this. It wasn't right. So there you go. It's like a little sort of bit from it, of a sort of longer story. I'm not sure where it's going, but I'm thinking of making it sort of like a short, like novel kind of thing, because it's going to be in several different chapters. But anyway, yeah, I think that's. Oh yeah, I forgot to do the tag. We also got tagged, and I haven't done that yet. So I'll just tell you my one thing about me, which is that I used to do ballet up until very recently. I did it from when I was 4 to when I was, well, I still am, but when I was sort of early 16. And the reason I quit, basically, because I didn't want to go on point, because it actually kills your feet, and also the girls there are rape bitches, and I couldn't be dealing with them anymore. So there you go. That's the fact about me. And Sarah.